wanna go day drinking, radiator. You know just what I'm thinking. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Bo.
And I'm Terrence.
This is VanderSports, your one-stop pod for all things sports and reality TV, and the reality TV of sports.
And the reality of life.
Yes.
I'm sorry to inform y'all. It was a rough go for the Gritty Titties this weekend.
Oh my God, you guys.
We realized we're not good at volleyball. When we play a good team, we're not good.
Oh my God. We think we're great when we're like creaming people who suck.
Who are terrible.
But then we play like volleyball players and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
At one point,
We didn't win a game. A single match.
one of the balls tried to kill me. It came down from the sky. Like, it came down like a comet, okay? And I didn't know where it was. It was over me. It was behind me. It was under me. It was all around me.
Her eyes were closed.
Yes, my eyes were closed, but my heart was open.
Your heart was open. And what did the ball do?
It attacked me.
It hit the net and slowly came at her, but her eyes were closed. So she opens them up and then just starts going like this.
I was waving my arms around, screaming, ah, ah, in front of everyone, including the other team. And then when I came to out of this stupor, I wanted to put myself in a timeout. If my team didn't need me, I would have gone to a corner and sat there for the rest of the time because it was so freaking embarrassing.
Meg, another teammate, she goes, we promise she's played before.
I was like, I'm on mushrooms and it turned into a giant spider. Please understand.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
We had two really good games that we were in, and then,
Oh yeah.
we need a level. We have to up our level.
We do have to up our level, and we like those first two games. They didn't like kill us. Like we were holding our own, and they were better than us, and they had 6 to our 5. But that last game, I don't know what happened. It was like
Yeah, that was quick and easy.
it was
Painless.
They didn't even kill us with honor. Like
No, they did. That was kind of with honor, like right behind. Let's get this over with.
yeah, we were done fast. We lost. I don't know what we lost. All sensibilities in that last game.
And then last night, Winchester's.
What happened? I don't even remember last night. I
played really well.
I'm
not gonna.
He keeps thinking that, and I'm like,
I was
in what?
digging all these spikes. It was insane. I even did one of those backhand and caught it.
Did you?
Yeah.
That one you did good. I remember
And
that.
then the other one I did one hand
the
over.
one-handed over and you threw your body.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
get
a couple,
scared of you
baby.
throwing your body around like that.
Yeah, I was playing.
I, in turn, passed the ball to Terrence and slapped him in the face with it on accident. And
We
then,
lose the point, and she has the ball. I'm walking away, like, I can't believe we lost it. And she throws the ball at my face. I'm not looking at her.
I swear to God.
And like they get the ball. You roll it underneath the net to them. Every time.
I don't know what happened. All I can say is that probably subconsciously I was still hating you from the things that you did this weekend.
Oh, okay.
And my body went into muscle memory, and it was just like throw the ball at his head. The demon popped out, and then I did it. Okay.
All right.
So I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And then he was like, the fuck you throwing it at me for?
I said we fucking lost the point.
He said it with his glasses rocked up on the side of his head. Anyway,
Yeah.
I hated that team more than I hated you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't fun.
They weren't fun. They were so serious. We were trying to joke with them and stuff, and they were
Oh my God. So you guys weren't even there. They had put their stuff down on our picnic table, and I was just coming in. I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. We can share a picnic table. And they literally go, no, it's okay. And I'm like, oh, that didn't land.
No, like, oh my God, we were just joking. So then the very last play of the game, this guy had like drilled one of the balls at our girl. And I sound like I did this on purpose, but like the last play of the game, I shot the ball up from under the net at his face, and he was like, whoa, and I was like, back at you. And that's how we ended it.
0 for 3. That's how we ended
Big, fat nipples.
Whoa.
The Gritty Titties.
The Gritty Titties.
I love our name. Our name Gritty Titties came from, no, not that you've asked, not that anyone cares, but Gritty Titties, at first we were the Unsafe Sets.
Unsafe Sets.
And I had just stolen that from a friend because his team in a different state was that. And I was like, yeah, we'll be that. That's fine. Omaha edition. And then one day, I don't know, it magically appeared, Gritty Titties. I'm like, oh my God.
And then we all voted on it.
Did we vote on it?
Yeah.
It's the best vote we've ever made.
Yeah. Best.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Busy weekend. It's almost like the perfect Venn diagram for our show. What happened?
What happened?
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles got Jihad Campbell. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing. But they did, and that was a really good pick. Let's go, Birds. No, the NFL draft.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do, 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 do. Pick is in, not for Shador Sanders.
I cannot believe
My man.
how this Shador Sanders scandal has.
Saga. I don't want to say scandal. Let's put saga.
Okay, I like saga.
It's a saga.
It really did cross over the algorithm because it's been all over my feed.
Your feet?
Feed. Feed.
And yeah, it was wild. A guy.
Explain
kid.
it like no one's ever heard it.
So Shador Sanders is coming out of, a 5-star recruit out of high school. Mm-hmm. Heavily recruited, got all these offers, followed his dad. Jackson State, HBCU, and then to Colorado. Mm-hmm. 2 years at Colorado, turns that program into something to talk about. Better results than they were. They were one of the worst FBS schools, I think, or whatever. And they won like 6-8 games. They were bowl eligible, all that stuff. But so right, and so you're watching college football, you're watching the tape, and he's being talked about as the top 3 quarterback, a top 2 quarterback. Yep, Shedeur Sanders, him and Cam Ward. And then season ends, and we're going into draft season. In draft season, another thing called lying season, they go to the combine in Indianapolis, where they're doing interviews with coaches. They're doing tests, physical tests, mental tests, all this stuff all day. Like, they go over 12 hours. Like, it's insane. Like, sometimes they're running at 10 o'clock at night is when they're doing these physical things after a draining mental day. And then you have a pro day, you have the Senior Bowl, you have the Shiner Bowl, all this stuff, the Shriner game or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't do a lot of these. He doesn't, and he does do some of them. But all this talk is, he's a top 3 pick. But you know who's saying this? The media is saying it. The sports people, the talking heads. The hype. What do we need to talk about? It's Shador Sanders. This is the son of Deion. He's been all over since a kid. He's been around the prime time.
No.
Deion prime time.
Okay, wait a second. He's Deion Sanders' son?
Yeah.
That's what I did not know.
Yes, he is his son. You don't even hear about Shiloh Sanders, who's also, I think, draft eligible.
Just thought that Deion was his coach, not his daddy.
His dad. So Travis Hunter, his teammate, went number 3 or 2. I can't remember now. Mm-hmm. He was a wide receiver cornerback. He played both sides of the ball. I'm trying to play both sides.
I was going to say, do your Sean Connery.
But so he caught a lot of these passes, and maybe he made Shador Sanders look really good. Yeah. Maybe it was the Johnny Manziel, Mike Evans effect. We're digressing. Anyway, he's being talked about as a top 3 pick. Yeah. He's being promoted. He's doing this private workout with the New York Giants. All these things. Wow. And then there's just the week of the draft. Oh, they're slipping. Oh, he's slipping. Maybe not a first-round pick. Diana Rossini, very likely not a first-round pick. All these talking heads now are saying, and now who are these talking heads? They're getting it from actual NFL coaches. Mm-hmm. And people who have never said he was a number 1 pick. None of these NFL personnel people have said he's...
So the media has hyped him up as to be a number 1 pick, but no coaches, no one who's making those actual decisions has been like, that's our guy, we're going for him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't get picked. So Cam Ward goes number 1 to the Titans. Yeah. No other quarterback goes until, I think, the 20s, and that's New York Giants, who had a private workout, traded up for Jackson Dart, who was getting hype kind of late in the draft cycle, like, hey, this guy's better, maybe blah, blah, blah. He's in a very Lane Kiffin, which is an offensive-y, gimmicky thing in college that works, but hasn't really seen a lot of results. Like, you think of all these Ole Miss players, I mean, with Lane Kiffin, Jonathan Mingo, all these wide receivers, they haven't really done much since they got into the NFL. So it's a little questionable, whatever. But they use their draft capital to go up for him. Jackson Dart's white. And he's got a cool name, too, obviously. Jackson Dart, you're a quarterback. Cool name.
Yeah.
So then the Pittsburgh Steelers don't draft him. And now you're kind of out of any kind of needy quarterback team. A team doesn't need a quarterback. And so they're not drafting a backup quarterback in the second round and the third round. So he doesn't get drafted. And then there's some other quarterbacks taken. Tyler Show. He's like a 26-year-old who's like stayed at COVID years, all like 6-year senior. So that guy gets drafted.
Van Wilder.
And then the Cleveland Browns in the third round move up to draft Dylan Gabriel. And that's the quarterback from the Oregon Ducks.
So Shedeur is just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, but he
waiting.
didn't go. He didn't go to the draft. I think he.
No, he had his own little private suite.
He had his own thing.
So he's sitting there, but he's surrounded with his people.
Yeah, family.
And he's like waiting.
Yeah.
Round one goes.
And this is like when they had the draft in one place and they had all these people there and people slide and Aaron Rodgers slid to like the end of the first round.
Aaron Rodgers slid into hell, and there he lives.
Speaking of hell.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Mention his name on our show.
But other quarterbacks slide, but usually never this far. And so he's sitting there, fourth round, nothing, and 144th pick. The Browns trade up in front of the Eagles to draft Shador Sanders.
So that young man.
144. So now look at this. So that young man, his wait is over.
Yes.
And why is this happening?
Why
is someone who's been regarded all season long as a top 3 quarterback not getting picked?
Well, how is he as a player? Is he a phenomenal player? Is he a first round pick player?
Okay, look, I'm not a scout. I'm not professional. When I watched his game, I thought he was okay. I don't think college football is very good football, to be quite honest. I think you're watching kids play when compared to the NFL, so it's just a weird thing, but he seems slow.
Well,
he's not Jalen Hurts. He's not Lamar Jackson.
And he's not his daddy.
Well, he's definitely not Deion.
And I think it's like,
Deion's
number
one of the
one,
best,
yeah, that's like a lot to live up to, right? Mm-hmm. And
then you also had Travis Hunter, who was the Heisman Trophy winner, who was super good, and so is he making him even look better than he is? And then all the leaks start coming out.
okay, but I just want to go back to the fact that he's not. First of all, Deion Sanders only has 3 toes on 1 foot, and like that is crazy to me. And I saw them one time. You told me about it. You told me about it. I was like, I have to see this. What happened?
James Harden feet. Oh
my God. Yeah.
Brutal what they do.
And also, James Harden with no beard.
Feet.
That's a side note. But James Harden with no beard. Put it back on.
Did he take it off?
He took it off once, and I was like, I don't like that.
Well, I've never seen it.
You don't want to.
Okay.
He's very attractive with his beard and needs to keep it there. But I digress.
Thank you.
The number one thing is like, this is when nepotism doesn't always work.
He works hard.
Who?
I'm just kidding.
It's like, you can be the son of Deion Sanders. It doesn't make you Deion Sanders. And
No.
I'm trying to think of like a nepotized actor who's never going to be as good as their daddy was.
So they had a whole show, their first season in Colorado, I think, a whole documentary. And it might be on like Netflix or Prime. Probably Prime since prime time. So I mean, it's been talking about reality TV. Like they are all about, and they wanted the smoke. They bring it all in. Like that's been his MO. It's been his brand. I would have to say it's been more his brand.
Well, he's
waving $750,000 watches in kids' faces
And that's crazy. And that comes from your father. That doesn't come from the hard work that you put in as a...
I don't want to say, like, he's not bad.
I'm not saying that he is bad, not having ever seen him. What I am saying, though, is, like, there are, I don't know how many, over 1,000 kids playing college football who want to go to the NFL, who want to make that their life.
There's only 250
and there's
some picks.
only 250 something picks, and it may not be you just because your daddy said so.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I mean, not watching. I'm just like, think about all these other kids. These guys are going to go, they're going to go work at freaking Foot Locker for the next 25 years, get a wife, have a couple of kids.
Or Enterprise.
And settle down. It's like, to even make it that far, you should be grateful, not feeling like you didn't get something.
True. Absolutely. So, what starts happening? In reality TV, people start whispering. They start whispering. What's going on? What's happening?
Well, there's actually a lot of yelling.
There's a lot of drama.
There's a lot of drinks being thrown.
So, lots of stories start being thrown out. Mm-hmm. He's going to these interviews with an entourage. He's got headphones on, not on his ears, around his neck, playing music. Mm-hmm. They're at, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm going to be the mayor. So is this real? I don't know if this is real, if this is like, NFL team, or again, not a lot of these are going on my name. These are anonymous sources, leaks, all this stuff.
Right.
Brian Dable, there's a Brian Dable story, and I can't even remember it. Like, he walked out of the interview just because, like, I can't. Like, this is bad. Mm-hmm. Then there's a prank phone call.
Yeah.
There's a prank phone call. And no, like, so I think if I'm correct, this was a first round prank, and it was a coach's son on the Atlanta Falcons, a new coach, the new defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich or something like that. His son calls Shador Sanders and acts like the Saints pick, and he's gonna, like, the Saints coach or Saints owner, and he's going to.
They're gonna draft him.
They're gonna draft him. I've never heard of this happening before. Like, and then so this is all over, right? And it's like this big story. Apparently, it's not the only time this happens. So this happens all the time.
They do prank. Somebody gets a prank call.
Yes, it's usually not the coach's son. Now, that's wild.
That is so wild.
The coach's son, like, do you not understand?
Well, not only that.
You also have a free ticket to do whatever you want. You're a coach's son, like, to get a job, even in.
How did he get his phone number?
He said he found it. Oh, and this is the myth. He said he found it on an open iPad in his dad's office. Now, he also posted it. It admitted it to it for the clout.
Oh,
no,
my God.
not the phone number.
Okay.
He admitted that he did it.
So that we would now know his name.
So he would get the laughs. For of course, that video's probably doing numbers, but
wow.
But he did apologize for it. But Isaiah Bond, I guess he got pranked. Cooper DeJean last year got pranked. So, but I never heard about those. So, but you heard about this one.
Well, I think you probably heard about it too because it was just a controversy that he fell so far down in the draft that it made it. That was already a story, and he got this prank call on top. Mm-hmm. I think people were really surprised. I mean, that was everything that I heard as it was going around. People were just surprised, not only at like his hubris going into it, but also that he wasn't at the top after all of this hype. But they weren't listening to the right people.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mel Kiper, who's like made the draft a TV thing with ESPN as a draft expert. I put in quotes because how are you an expert? It's so hard, right? Like, yeah, it's one of those things where I want
to go to a draft city and drink.
It'd be fun.
I want to go hang out in the draft city.
And Mel Kiper's getting like super pissed off on air, like saying the NFL doesn't know shit. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to evaluate QBs. We've known this for years. They don't listen to me. I'm right. Like, he's not saying that, but like that's what he's having, a tantrum on air, like breaking it down. Reese Davis has to step in and tell him, shut up. Like,
Why
the
was
NFL,
he crying?
Because he's saying Shedeur is the #1 prospect for 5 rounds, and no one's drafting him.
Oh, he didn't want to be wrong.
And he didn't want to be wrong.
He didn't want to be wrong. Oh, I know what it's like when people would rather double down in their wrongness than just be like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know what that's like, too.
I'm not even referring to you, but now you're projecting.
Okay.
As for his behavior in like these interviews and stuff,
Yeah.
I don't like that. And as Countess Luann once famously said, money can't buy you class.
Money can't buy you a class. Okay.
So you can have all money can't buy you class. So you can have all of these, like, you can have all of the rich shit you guys can afford, but like you don't have any media training. You don't know how to behave. It turns people off.
When we were talking about, you kind of mentioned you're kind of like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
When you're like, hey, like LeBron was like, you can't leave him alone with Barack Obama. What you doing? Like, because they know who Anthony Edwards is, and apparently Anthony Edwards is this,
Anthony Edwards
does
not code switch for the people. He's not trying to like fit in. He doesn't have to do that. And so I'm sure that someone like Shador Sanders, but now knowing that he's Deion Sanders' son, it colors it totally differently for me.
Okay.
Because Anthony Edwards
was
I don't know where he's
#1 pick, and not a questioned #1. The #1 pick. Everyone knew he was going to be the #1 pick, and he's really good.
And he's not a famous player's son.
No.
I'm going to assume that he is not coming from the same place that Shedeur is coming from.
He can drop
socioeconomically.
He can drop that he has a larger penis than people.
What?
At the scoreboard, like he did at the playoff game 3 days ago or whatever.
Wait
game
a second. Now,
Anthony
what are
Edwards
you talking
is great.
about?
He's talking shit. He's up by 20 points. And he's like, I got a bigger penis.
You can say dick.
I know. I was going to play the penis game with you.
Oh my God.
Penis.
That's not the penis game I'm going to play with you.
Okay. Ooh. Cut.
No, keep that in.
No, I'm saying we're done.
Okay, no. Oh, yeah, stop.
God.
Wrap.
Move it.
Anyway, Shedeur, especially if he's been around this his entire life, he should know better. And his dad should have spent more time coaching him in media training. Like, I'm sure behind the scenes, he's like, what the hell are you doing?
Do you not remember Deion? Like,
Deion was...
that's what Deion did.
I remember him being fine.
Again, Deion was the best at, not baseball, but he was good enough. But he was the best cornerback of his time.
Yeah. Yeah, he was everywhere.
And he also branded himself before any of this was a thing. Mm-hmm. Like, high step in, hand back, dot. Like, Deion was the Michael Jordan of... Doesn't Deion have a rap song back then?
Yes, he did. Yes. Oh, my God. Let me see what it was called. Come on.
Like, so if Shedeur is learning from that, like, it's unfortunate that Shedeur isn't as good as Deion was. And that's the tough lesson here. You can get away with it if you're really, really good.
Yeah.
You can't get away with it if you're not really, really good. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Wait a second. So Deion Sanders, that's where primetime. Hey, must be the money. That's where primetime comes from. Is this his group? And did he sample Deion Sanders?
How did she grow up in the 90s and just now figure this out?
I know. What are you talking about?
I've been saying primetime.
That's the name.
Nonstop. Saying prime time.
I don't know.
She's like, what?
I was listening to Seal. Okay. All right.
So I think it's just. So, what I would hope, the future for Shedeur, he's got something to prove. And like, look, I'm sorry, Cleveland Browns, you're a terrible fucking organization.
Why? What did they do?
Well, they first gave all that money, guaranteed money, to Deshaun Watson, who is now done. Let's go through their quarterback room. Deshaun Watson, still have to pay him all that money, but he ain't playing. They traded Kenny Pickett. They traded for Kenny Pickett from the Eagles. They drafted 2 quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. Mm-hmm. So, and they have Joe Flacco.
I am sorry. I just went down a Deion Sanders.
Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. And so...
I'm so sorry.
He has a chance to play.
Googling his entire family tree.
Shador Sanders has a chance to play.
And I want him to play. Don't make it sound. I don't want to. I don't want him to fail. I want him to be better.
I don't want to skip over why the Browns are another shitty organization. Somebody tweeted out, I can't believe they're not drafting Shedeur, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy Haslam, big donor, GOP.
Oh, we cried about it.
Trades up to draft Shador Sanders because good old Trump complained about it.
Oh, Trump complained about it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Another reason why. They're just terrible. And it's not a good situation, but he can play.
Well, I mean, we could talk about the whole NFL organization and how it could be terrible, but that wouldn't be fun for the show.
No. That's my blind spot.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, yeah.
Wow.
That's the
really
Sanders saga.
It really is a saga.
Because it's not going anywhere.
I've learned so much.
It's going to be all during... Does he show up to rookie camp and OTAs? Deion Sanders, I think, a year ago said they wouldn't play for Cleveland. Like, this is going to be... Yeah. It's going to be an interesting time.
Well, I think that there is something to learn out of everything. So hopefully, he finds himself humbled in Ohio and becomes the strongest player he can be.
Yeah. That would be, I hope for it too. Except when they play against the Eagles.
Well, yeah, no.
If you lose every time.
The Browns can go die against the Eagles. Okay, so you know what I mean. Not really die. It's like when I tell you to go die. I don't mean it.
All too often.
Just hold your breath until you pass out forever. Well, last week actually, and I can't believe I missed it.
Oh my, yeah, you didn't. You were so upset.
I was so upset, but it's been a week. But The Valley premiered on Peacock season 2 of The Valley. So The Valley is a spinoff show of Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, I want to get it. I'll get into it.
How we were talking about how Love Island, but make it not hot young 20-somethings, make them our age post divorce, and then see what happens. This is what The Valley is.
Okay.
This is The Valley when everybody who worked at Vanderpump Rules grew up, moved to the Valley, got married, had kids, and their lives are no better than they were. It's actually it's way less fun than it was on Vanderpump.
Okay. They moved to the Valley.
It's shitty. I'm watching shitty marriages fall apart.
We lived it.
I know.
Lived it. What do we need to watch it
It's
for?
you know what I like to do? Replay the last 3 years of my life, please. But it's really and it's really dark. It's accidentally dark.
Ooh, I do like an accidental dark comedy.
It's accidentally dark. Okay, so Jax was the number one. Yeah, Jax, the number one guy in the group.
I mean, you made me watch an old episode. Remember when he was bartending because they had bad service?
Yes.
And she sent in a secret diner. Yeah. Awful. Terrible bartender.
Yes.
I was like, this is bad.
He was certainly hired for his looks at the time. That was before what I like to call his busted cheeseburger years, which is when he was hulked out and obviously on cocaine. Oh. Yeah. His eyes were bugging, his face, he looked like a busted cheeseburger. He was busting out all of his shirts, sweaty all the time. But I love Jax. I don't want Jax to ever...
Sweaty all the time.
I don't want him to ever leave my screen, though. It's I need Tom Sandoval back. I need all of these people back. That's what Vanderpump gave us. It gave us so much content, so much drama for so many years. It's I needed more. So, if you remember, did I make you watch Jax and Kristen finally admitted to sleeping together behind Kristen / Jax's girlfriend Stassi's back?
Yeah, see, I have no idea what you just said to me.
Okay.
You got Jax and Kristen to admit that they slept together behind Stassi's back.
Yes.
To Stassi.
In public.
So all you had to do was say Kristen and Jax admitted that they had an affair in front of everybody. I'm trying to
paint you the picture. This is Stassi's best friend. This is Stassi's boyfriend. They fucked on Tom Sandoval, who was dating Kristen,
They fucked on him?
they fucked on his couch while he slept.
Right next to it?
On it. He was in the next room.
Oh, okay.
And then they hid it from Stassi. And then Stassi finally found out. She's always going to find out.
How long ago was this?
It doesn't matter
Okay.
that it was 12 years ago. What matters is now Stassi, I'm going to make you watch this episode.
Okay.
Stassi then famously slapped Kristen in the face.
Boom!
Like, boom. Yeah. Like,
Sorry, Rico.
we're getting loud. Slapped her in the face, and it changed the course of history. I mean, it changed the course of history. Okay. My point is.
Where were you? Top 5 where were you moments, Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my God. Well, it's certainly that. It's certainly where were you when Scandal broke. It's definitely, where were you when Kristen wore the green dress.
You're not even, are these in order? We're going 5 to 1? Do you need a moment? Do I need a filibuster?
I'm so excited right
Hold
now.
on, did you say somebody when they wore a green dress? Is that what I just heard?
Yes.
Okay. Are you wheezing over there, Selma?
I'm so, just excited to be talking about this.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God.
Circular breathing.
Certainly, where were you in Rotten Hail? Those who know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Also, huge side note. When Jackson and Brittany got married, they're now starring on The Valley. They got married in Versailles.
Jackson and who?
Jackson, Brittany.
Okay.
They got married in Versailles.
Where's Versailles?
Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
And when I went to visit a friend in Kentucky, I went to the castle that they got married in. I had to go see it. I was like, we're by Versailles? And it's spelled like Versailles. So I went to this castle they got married in.
Definitely not pronounced that way.
It's Versailles. And she let everybody know. Anyway, all of this. After all those years, they were all off of TV for a while. Jax was gone. Kristen was gone. Stassi was gone.
Left your screen.
They left their screen, and I'm like, well, what are they doing? What's happening in everybody's lives? Jax is back. Kristen's back. And now Stassi is back on a different show.
Is Brittany back?
Brittany never left. Yeah, Brittany's back. It's Brittany, bitch. She's back. She's back. She's dealing with Jax. Jax came out and told everyone, he told the world, I have a cocaine problem. As though we were supposed to gasp. We know, Jax, we watched you.
Duh.
We literally watched you crash out for seasons.
We saw you taking lines.
Literally. There was no other explanation for that than, he's on coke right now. And,
Let's not put that in.
sorry. And, so now they're dealing with that fallout. Their son is autistic. It was very clear on the episode, Jax did not know how to interact with his son. His son is nonverbal, and he was freaking out, and his dad's just being big and loud all over him. And so it's that's what I mean by dark. It's because
That's not funny though.
No, it's not. It's not. You're the one who called it a comedy. It's
You
not.
said it was funny, and then you called it dark.
I never said it was funny.
Oh, I thought.
No, you were
Okay.
wishfully thinking out loud. It's not funny. In fact, it's
That's
a little
fine
bit.
for not listening.
It's hard to watch, but it's I don't know what it is. It fills up the drama bucket. I don't need to fight with you if I'm watching them go at it.
Watch all the TV you want.
I go from watching The
Watch
Valley.
it all you want. That's the case.
I watch The Valley and I'm like, we're so good. I'm like, oh no, we're really good, and I want to stay that way. I'm grateful for you. And so I think actually watching something like The Valley could save your marriage.
Realize the grass isn't always greener.
The grass is not always greener. I'm like that. So this girl, Michelle, oh my God, I can't stand her. She's evil. And I'm like, she's getting divorced. I'm like, she's back out there on the market and somebody's going to pick her up. And that person is now going to be unlucky. So it's the grass isn't always greener. Mm-hmm. The grass isn't always
No.
greener. No.
All right.
So stay with me.
Okay.
But yes, I think that Valley Season 2, people are going to be really into it. And it's going to be... People are excited to watch it. The Valley was a huge splash last
Definitely.
year.
I think nostalgia plays, especially for It seems like it's hitting the millennial crowd.
It's our time. You remember growing up when your parents would be like nostalgic for the 70s?
Nostalgic for the 70s. No, I remember my parents just being excited about Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how my mom feels about like Freebird. Or like
Oof.
Three Dog Night. You see how excited she gets about
Yeah,
Three
Three
Dog
Dog
Night?
Night, yeah, she loves
gets
Three Dog
crazy.
Night.
And so that's us. Like yesterday, I saw that Nada Surf was coming to town, and I called Terrence. I was like, I literally gasped and pulled the car over. I was so excited, and I was like, Nada Surf is going to be here Wednesday, and he's like, okay. And then I
Drive
was like,
safe.
yeah, Bubby, that's stupid. They only have one song.
No, I did not say that.
No, that was me telling myself
okay,
that. That was me shrinking myself to fit into your world.
I did not say that.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't. Anyway, nostalgic.
But so that's,
yes.
yeah. So The Valley season 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot and dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna sneak this in. The Eagles, they drafted Jihad Campbell. It's the 32 pick. He fell because of a shoulder injury. This guy is like a Micah Parsons. This is so incredible. The Eagles keep getting better. I don't think the Eagles had a very good. I don't think the draft they wanted. I think the draft fell wrongly for them. They got a couple players. They drafted someone from Nebraska, Ty Robinson, and a safety, Makuba. Yeah, Andrew Makuba from Texas. Very nice, fine. The 5th round picks, whatever. I think it wasn't the draft they wanted, but they got Chad Campbell, a guy who should not have been available. And they selected him, and he's going to be amazing. That's what I want to say about that. Oh, and Giant fans out there, your Eagles are winners, so Chad Campbell, winner. Loser of the week, New York Giant fans. Sorry, dude. You guys think you had a good draft? You traded up for Jackson Dart. You wasted that. You got Abdul Carter, best player in a bad draft class, but you're excited. You think you did well, and you think the division is in your sights. Poor Giants fans.
Do you hear the softness, the soft timbre of your voice? It's so nice. I don't think anyone would ever know that you scream a lot. I'm like, I could listen to you talk like this all day.
Don't piss me off.
Oh my God, I'm going to watch The Valley. I'm
going to watch that Valley.
I'm going to go watch The Valley.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's what we got.
All right.
Same time, same place. Next week, my mother's calling.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.